It's chilly today. Got my scarf on. All right, it is time to start. We've got the panda here, baby panda, aka micro panda. Hello. And today it's macro panda as usual, keeping us company. Hello. So, what is up? Playing Rapid and Blitz here. 5+3 through 7+3 challenges. Suddenly it got cold. I don't know, I didn't really notice it till just before the stream started. Someone said Pop-Tart toasted. Coffee almost done. Acerbate. All that warm stuff, man. K-Cups. No, K-Cups are for lazy people. I agree. Got one last Christmas, used it for a couple of months, and it's in the Airbnb room. Now the guests like it. Yeah, good idea. Be practical. Okay, guys, we're going to take challenges 5+3 through 7+3. The scarf is kind of weird. Not used to wearing the scarf, but it's chilly. Scarf in the house. Welcome, everyone. We're taking challenges 5+3 through 7+3. Chili con carne. He's talking about warm things. Alright. I had a very strange dream last night. I had this horrible kind of nightmare that there was like a tidal wave that hit the East Coast, and I was standing on top of like a skyscraper in a major city, and the tidal wave was so high that it actually went over, just barely went over the skyscraper that I was on top of. Very strange dream. I'm not really sure what it means. So anybody who does dream interpretation, let me know your interpretation of my dream. Welcome everybody. We got 5+3 through 7+3 casual challenges. We need donations for the stream. Cheer now to be number 1. Guys, also check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. You can support the stream by just watching, by just checking out our YouTube channel, following over there. And the temperature must have gone down. I have to turn up the heater in the house. Horton's Dream Analysis. Top of the world. Top of the world to you. It was weird, man. The water like went over the top of the skyscraper. It was some sort of terrorist act, like someone had detonated a nuclear device in the water, I guess. And that caused this like huge tidal wave. Clash Kid, what's up? Good to see you. Sorry you didn't make the simul yesterday. Chilly here. It's really winter. Everybody says usually they make the sexual references with the water in your dreams and stuff. We'll have to contact Sigmund Freud. Alright, if nobody challenges me, I'm going to start challenging random people. Let's see, create a game. We can go to create a game. I was doing Chess 960 most lately. You guys can also challenge me to Chess 960. I'm not against playing a Chess 960 game. You guys know I'm a Chess 960 opening expert. Terrible at Chess 960 openings. Maybe I'm just terrible at openings in general. What's up, Clash Kid, Asterbait, JCS? Good to see you guys. So I already drank my coffee. I can't have another coffee. I'll be bouncing off the walls. Asterbait. Pop-Tart, I already ate my breakfast. Cold breakfast. Pop-Tarts are good. They're very healthy. I like Pop-Tarts. Haven't bought any Pop-Tarts since the summer, I don't think. Alright, so let's see. If we go to lobby, we could take a challenge with someone. Casual, there was some casual challenges out there. Let's try this guy. I'm playing this guy in casual 5+1. Jamaica feeling. Knight f3, 6, c4. Usually I play 5+3. If you guys want to challenge me, please, and girls, please challenge me to 5+3 7 plus 3. Looking for a King's Indian. Acerbate eats them as a meal, of course. What else would Pop-Tarts be for? You can maybe feed your pets with them. I don't know. Bishop e2. Usually, I guess, people eat them for breakfast, right? You can eat them anytime. They have them in Hungary, too. I remember going to this specialty store, and one of the hundreds of items that they had from sort of outside of Hungary was Pop-Tarts. I'm not sure, do they exist in Europe? Or do they have to be imported? Do other countries, like major countries like Germany and France, have Pop-Tarts? It sounds dirty. Depends, your mind is in the gutter or not. It's like a rectangular shaped toaster pastry that you just stick in the toaster, and like a piece of bread almost, and you toast it, and it has like fruit or some sort of filling inside, but it's probably filled with artificial ingredients. I used to eat them when I was a teenager for breakfast. But I had a sort of resurgence in recent years. Even my kids didn't like them. But I would eat them occasionally. 95, just attacking the c4 pawn. Someone said bishop f1. The f3 square. This guy's pretty good for 1500. I say that about everybody I know. Ancient Gamer, welcome. The cinnamon ones. I never went for cinnamon, really. Cinnamon. I'm kind of traditional fruit flavored ones. The traditional cherry, blueberry style. Alright. This guy seems awfully good for his rating. It's a good thing that's protected. F2. Alright, dude. Stay away from the chalupa. I'm not interested in this pawn on d6. Obviously, we have more important things to worry about. Blue-eyed albino. Nice dress code. I'm doing the scarf thing. We have a friend. I'm more than one person. This guy seems awful strong. And he's attacking c4 and I can't protect it. I'm gonna freak out pretty soon. Taking on d6 for lack of a better move. Can I sneak a piece here? Not so easy. He's got rook e6 at the end of the day, avoiding losing a piece. So I'm still sleepy, guys. Bishop takes f6, rook e6. I've got queen d4 there. Bishop takes b3, bishop takes g7. Maybe we conveniently win a piece here. I'm still asleep. I've been up for hours, but I suddenly became sleepy again. I guess I need a second coffee. I'm just playing one game against a random opponent here, randos. But I've been impressed by this guy. As a 1500, he seems pretty good. Little does he know, one of the most fearsome tactical players he'll ever meet. Just when you think I'm an idiot, I'm stealing one of your pieces. Basically, that's what it's about. Alright, queen takes c4. We managed to snipe a piece. You get a pawn for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 pawns against 6 pawns. Coffee, a diuretic. Well, actually, my mom has problems with her feet swelling, and she's a big coffee drinker. And they haven't been giving her a lot of coffee at the rehabilitation place. And I'm thinking, like, this could be one of the reasons why she has this problem, because she usually drinks tons of coffee, and she probably is only getting like 1 cup of coffee a day or something. Oh my god, I just mated myself. Man, I gotta wake up. Just wake up and smell the coffee, acerbate. Mr. Coffee. I'm going to lose to a 1500. But I still believe that this guy was underrated. Thank God I didn't challenge him to like a rated game. I was up a piece, but I just overlooked his turn of mate. Now this queen takes g2 is probably a good move. I'm not certain it's his best move. He had a simple win there. Much easier win. You know how vulnerable I am in the early games. This guy really should be challenging for rated games. Don't you think? Makes a lot of nice sort of intermezzos, too. I don't think he wants to trade queens. No, he definitely likes his queen. Turtle up. I never heard anyone say that before, but that's kind of a cool expression. I like that. You gotta remember that it's... And he's also pretty fast for this so-called rating he has. And dude, what's up with his rating being like 1550? Nice, dude. All the pieces. That's why he's 1550. And this was a good game. This was just a really, really good way to start the morning. Nice game. Good game. Well played. WP. GG. I was completely, utterly lost. Man, that was brutal. Okay. Artie Fufkin. Don't forget, when you're a piece up, the other guy has moves too, and he can threaten mate in one. I should have been like down basically 2 knights against rook and knight with no compensation whatsoever. That was the easiest win he had. Of course, I was also a piece up before that. Okay, Artie Fufkin, what's up? Next challenger's gonna get angry. I'm angry now. I'm angry. I'm angry now, Artie. Artie played well in the simul too. I love this turtle up. Who said that? But I mean, it's just because of my thing. Because of my scarf. The scarf, turtle. Turtle up. Or is that an expression you've used in the past? Man, I'm glad that wasn't a rated game. Thank God. I mean, sometimes I just do the rated challenges. I've done a couple times on the stream a rated game. I like how he just dropped his queen and rook in one move. Conveniently. That made it easy, you know. It was really sneaky the way I won a piece, though. So he's playing the Tarkova without h6. Alright, I almost always forget to make this exchange. What is wrong with me? I'm falling asleep. Artie Fufkin, similarly rated to our last opponent. What is this Wednesday? Alright, last time, it's always something different. I said we're going to be changing it up. Wednesday, there is an issue with Wednesday because the problem with Wednesday is, checking the schedule here, I can't do a simul Wednesday because my mom is coming home next week, and no, that's this Wednesday, actually. What's this Wednesday? This Wednesday there was something going on. Next week is the doctor. So actually, no, there's no problem with this Wednesday. We can do anything this Wednesday. Alright. So what do we got? Any preference, guys? For Wednesday's activity? I've got to take my mom to Budapest in a couple months. I've got to get her walking again, normally. She had a fall and she broke 2 vertebrae in her back. So now it's rehabilitation time. Queen b3. Right, cowboy up. So turtle up is when you just bear down, you know, like a turtle. You guys have any preference for Wednesday? Actually, somebody else was like calling for another simul on Wednesday, for a Wednesday stream. It's Tarkova without h6, exactly. Artie Fufkin doesn't really know too much opening theory. This is a bad move undeveloping. How are turtles connected to cowboys? JCS says, I saw you used to do 15 plus 2 challenges. What are you talking about, Willis? How can you tell that from the challenge page? Basically, Art Fufkin is like playing, losing like 2 tempi with knight back to b8. Turtle defense. What I'll usually try to do is to play for e4 eventually, whenever black plays c6. 2 years ago, I did 15 plus 2 Mondays. Actually, Clash Kid, that's probably true. Take here. Queen takes. You can also play b5, just try to crack it. Cracky crab. On the Hastings Pier in England, when they used to have the tournament there every year, there was this amusement toy. It was kind of like whack-a-mole, except it was cracky crab. I always loved that. Just hammer the crabs when they pop up. Alright. Seafood version of whack-a-mole. My first instinct was to just try to win a pawn here with queen a4. Knight c7, queen takes pawn. But I'm concerned that my queen gets trapped. Does it get trapped? Queen a4, knight c7, queen takes pawn, rook a8, queen takes b6, rook a6, queen b7. It's actually not trapped, but it looks like I'm trying to trap it. Alright, let's be adventurous. He can't play knight c7. Or can he? Percy Epper said they still have cracky crab. You've literally been to the Hastings Pier, or you just seen other cracky crabs? It's like nationwide. You've been watching some of my old streams. Alright, so when I first started streaming back into the beginning of 2016, my original concept was to try to play, like 15-0 type of games. But they still have chess. I haven't been to Hastings for like 10 years, but the tournament is still going on. It might be another one this year coming up. And it was always one of my favorite chess events. I played like 3 times. Maybe 3, at least 3. But it's obviously, not happening this year. But they used to have the tournament on the Hastings Pier, which made it awesome because it was just a really unique venue for a chess tournament. First game I almost got mated. Now I'm going to get my queen trapped. That doesn't trap my queen. It is, however, a very forcing move. Doesn't give me a lot of choices. Basically, Percy. Talking to Percy, but I'm playing with Artie. Please don't trap my queen. My first streams were on ICC when I was playing 15-minute pool, which just went a little too long. The games were just a little too long. That's why I, started playing the 7 plus whatever. 15 minutes games are 30 minutes flat out, and I could only play like 5 or 6 games, 4 games, 5 games per stream. So that's the problem with that. Just too long. Well, I mean, honestly, Bob, I had the heater set up to 72, and it was too hot. But now it's like, I can't, I'm like the 3 bears or whatever. Like, No matter what I do, I'm not comfortable. It's either too hot or too cold. No, this bed is too soft. No, this bed is too hard. The other day I was doing the stream and I was like, man, it's hot in here. Now it's like freezing. So I turned the thermostat down to like 70, which isn't that cold actually. But 72 is too hot. But I'm just like freezing. The classic British chess tournaments. Anyway, so the tournament at Hastings Pier, it was so unique, you know. I mean, the town isn't in great condition, but you know, it's a touristic kind of destination. Um, but the cool thing was playing the tournament on the pier. You know, there were really the cool thing was like hearing the waves like crashing under you, like underneath it. Literally playing a chess tournament on like a seaside pier is a really pretty cool, unique sort of thing. Um, and the other cool thing was that the pub was like right next to the playing hall. You know, there was a pub on the pier. Maybe it's still in existence. Um, and you could just like during your game go into the pub, get a pint of whatever, and bring it back to the board. Like I was literally like playing Luke McShane when he was like a little kid, and drinking like a pint while I was playing him. There's no rule against this. Individual chess, maybe arbiters forbid the drinking of alcohol at the board, but I think there are many tournaments where I have done so. I don't really think it's against FIDE rules. Do you guys think it's doping to drink at the board? All right. No, that was my favorite memory, just playing the youthful Simon Williams and the child version of Luke McShane while drinking. It's a tournament for British grandmasters. It's compulsory. This is an open. I mean, there were the premier had a lot of masters and GMs, but now it's in this other place, which isn't as fun. So it lost something when they took it away from the Hastings Pier. Um, a blue-eyed albino watched Spassky smoking at the board in the early '80s and drinking, I think. Well, yeah, that's really cool. I was a smoker for a long time, and obviously I'm not old enough to have played when you were allowed to still smoke at the board, but I probably didn't miss that era by too much. I started playing tournaments in 1986, and I would imagine, if you go back to like the late '70s, they were probably still smoking at the board. I don't know when chess when they disallowed you to like smoke at the board, but again, Artie Fufkin, just a really tenacious player. I can't get a handle on him. I mean, he's causing me a lot of tough games. Only in league games, not in real tournaments. Well, I mean, it really depends on I think the most important thing is the venue. Like in the United States, if you play if the tournament is held in like a major hotel, for example, where many tournaments are played, in like a hotel conference room or something like that, it's absolutely normal to be allowed to drink alcohol in that venue. I mean, normally they're having high school reunions and stuff like that in this place where people have an open bar and stuff. So many tournaments where it's played in like a hotel, it's normal. Again, Artie Fufkin is playing like very, very much better than his rating. He's lost every single game, but we've had so many games like this where it was like pulling teeth to beat him. Then he'll like drop a piece or something. Tal was a big smoker, but I quit smoking because it made me nervous. The nicotine it wasn't good. I mean, it just made me shaky and nervous, and eventually I just quit. So, coffee is not so bad. Here, interesting. He sacks a pawn. Now I don't even know if I want to take it objectively. It's relatively useless, this extra doubled pawn. But I never witnessed anyone actually smoking at the board. I'm sure some of my older friends can remember that era. Noticed that after 17 years of smoking. No, I mean, I was just like under a lot of stress, so it didn't used to bother me, but plus smoking is generally not considered good for your health. I can't imagine why. All right. I'm not going to advocate. The famous story is, of course, like Bud Vinnick, I guess, training to deal with tall smoking. Like having a training partner who smoked so he could practice putting up with it, basically. Anything we have to do. Alright. It's also not a really good idea. I mean, in the old days, honestly, when I was a smoker, we had tournaments where the time control was like 40 moves in 2 hours, sudden death in 1, or 40 moves in 2 hours, then another time control, like 20 moves in 1 hour. Sometimes the games were 7 hours long, and you actually had enough time that it wouldn't really matter if you went outside during the game and you wasted 5 minutes of your time. But now the time controls are so fast, like, that's why, like, Vladimir Yapyshin smokes 2 cigarettes at the same time. Save time, you know. Alright, I don't know if I'm warmed up. I'm going to play one more warm-up game before I take on Blue-Eyed Albino. I'm still kind of shaky this morning. I'm not really warmed up. I'm going to play Percy. Blue-Eyed Albino's strong. Your granddad passed away, had 70 years of smoking experience. Well, that's like my mom. My mom doesn't have quite 70, but pretty much. She quit 2 months ago after smoking for like 65 years. I made her quit. Alright. Yapyshin would like smoke 2 cigarettes just so that he would save time. He doesn't have to come out like every 5 minutes. Midnight Rhino. I don't know. I was fine when I woke up this morning, but I feel groggy and slow. Like I want to have a second coffee. I need better coffee too. But you just can't afford to go out and wander around for 5 minutes during your games in the modern chess world. Time controls are too fast, regardless of the health effects of smoking. You can't afford to waste time. Oh man, E3. Alright, I think I can get away with this better here than in other positions. This more sound, I want to say. Your boss used to call that the engineer coffee. Sladgie, if your opponent plays more some unknown line, do you recommend just copying their moves? I mean, Bob, right? It's chess, man. It's a complicated game. It's not so easy. Not too many positions where you can play symmetrically. Like here, he asked me while I'm playing symmetrical English, but no, I mean no. This is not something that we realistically at your even your level, Bob. You're 1600 lichess. We have to stop thinking about just copying their moves. You're sick. You're not in the mood for playing. Okay. Well, that should make my chances a little bit better. So 92. I'm playing Percy, who plays the English a lot. I don't know why we never had this line before. I have moved away from playing bishop takes c3 type of variations, but I've been able to omit d6 in this version. Larson played like this. That doesn't make it good. Bent played a lot of weird stuff. I could probably start attacking him with h5. Then he can answer with h4. That's not like lying, right, Bob? Asking bad questions for kicks is a form of trolling. It's not lying. Like you said yesterday, you do not lie. You're asking silly questions just for the sake of getting a reaction. How much do they charge you to haunt a house, Bob? Castles. How much do you charge to haunt a house? Excuse me. I misquoted this dad joke. No, my dad used to say this to women all the time. He would say this to women. It's a very old joke, you know, basically saying you're ugly, you know. He would do this when he met a strange woman to imply that she was ugly. You're so ugly that they pay you to haunt houses, basically. This is old school, man. He would do it to get a rise out of them. You know, you reminded me of that. You know, it's almost like trolling. Trolling women to get their attention. Sometimes negative attention is just as valuable. I don't think it would work too well in modern society, but maybe 50 years ago it was effective. All right. It's something you'd say. Something you'd say at a bar 50 years ago to try to get a rise out of someone. I guess you could say it to people too. I think it's enough to confuse any modern people. I didn't even understand the joke for a long time. I'm still not sure it even qualifies as a joke. Okay, f5. That bishop on b2 is our strategic point. Yeah, paying ghosts to haunt a house. It's a novel idea. I was playing the World of Warcraft with my son the other day, a couple weeks ago, and he asked me, "Dada, how come all the creatures have money?" He was like, very serious. He's like, "How come these creatures, you know, how come the animals have money? They probably have as much use for it as a ghost." It was a legitimate question. It was kind of hard to answer it, you know. It's like, why does that Why does that creature have coins for? Kids ask funny questions that make a lot of sense. So does Bob. They have a lot in common. Bob, you have a lot in common with this kind of question. You're asking the same thing here, basically. Why do ghosts get paid to haunt houses? Is this move a mistake? Possibly. So c4 is mine. No, it's not often I've had a really good position against Percy's English, but he finally succumbed to one of my classic schemes. Very gingy-like. But I think you have to be really careful about when to play this bishop takes c3. It's a little bit better in positions where white has played the move e3, like he did on move 5. Wisdom is knowing Frankenstein is the monster. Wait, I saw this joke somewhere, KT the Joker, very recently. Something along the same lines, a quote that was politically related to something going on recently. Now I can't place it. You are the monster. Gigi Hillis is in Russia. He's much later. Like what, 8 hours? 9 hours? What are you? What did you say you are? 9 hours ahead? Capture toward the center. So it's a little early. It's 12:47, but he's probably 9 hours ahead, so it's nearly 10 p.m. for him. Troll is more politically correct, Railbird 80. It's almost 11. Why not take c5 right then? Well, I could, actually, now that you mention it. I didn't really calculate, queen takes c4, queen takes c4, knight takes c4. I can take it right away. But on the other hand, it's not going anywhere. And they're both good, honestly. Yeah, good point. Maybe even somehow that suggestion of taking a c5 right away was more accurate. Or taking on c4 right away was more accurate. Right, he traded queen, so we're really in good shape here. We're up a pawn. His bishop is a pawn. No, we're not up a pawn. We're up a bishop. We're up a bishop, but the pawns are equal. Put it on c1. It's like checkers. It's the only pawn you're gonna see anytime. Where it can move backward. It's a special pawn. We have special pawns. Rook e2. Preparing bishop d2 to advance his pawn. Advancing pawn to d2. Okay, so what's next? He's preparing e4. Guess I could even play d5 if I want to be really cruel here. Why not? What weakens my c5 pawn is why not. G5, G4. Undermining the white squares. Interesting. It's a little bit risky, though. I mean, what am I going to do? Now I did this, and then I can't really follow up with G4 because he takes on G4 and then breaks through with E4. I guess he could play E5 here, putting my pawns on the wrong color. Probably G5 was like a minor inaccuracy. So what do I do then? He's threatening E4, attacking my G pawn. He has a little bit of counterplay, bringing that bishop. It will come into life. Come into life, like Frankenstein. Active king. The active king. There it is. We made our decision. Fear not. Active king. There's no way I'm letting him play E5 and breaking up my structure. Hyperactive. Welcome everybody to my stream. Was it also possible to play E5, F4? Yes, it was possible, Clash Kid. I thought about E5. It's definitely something you should consider. He's carved out a home for that pawn on E3. It's actually not that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. Right, I mean, I don't want him taking over the F file here. I wanted to play H5. But if I play H5 and G4, he plays Bishop F4. Wow. He's actually almost encouraging me to play G4. Bit unexpected. Active king here. Probably ain't bad. Could even take. He gets a square. His pawn structure is really bad. The four Isolanis. It's like a singing group. Isolani. Isolani. Nana Isolani. Welcome. Bishop F4. Stick with the program. I could have played Rook B2 there and I missed it. Wouldn't have been a bad idea. White square harmony. So now we just trade. Ironically, the bad piece is the key defender holding his position together. It's all. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to take another one. Have another, brother. Try E5. The Isolani have fallen. The eagle has landed. Alright, that was an instructive game. Better than our first game. I'm going to play Blue-Eyed Albino, who's really tough, but I feel a little bit more warmed up after playing 3 games. I'm going to turtle up. Never really got into the turtleneck thing, but I have a similar look going on. Orphan some pawns. I've done better with the Caro Kann against Blue-Eyed Albino, feels like. Antonio's like, go Albino. Pondas. Pondas in Budapest, guys. I'm going to be back in Budapest. We're hoping for hello. Hello. We're hoping for like March 1st sort of return to Budapest. But I'm not going to commit to anything definite yet. Bobby likes 95. But I don't think it's a big deal. Percy Hepworth, thank you for being the first one to donate to support the stream. The rustic Cro-Magnon look. Crawling out of a cave in some English moorland with a fur and a club. You get your family to America for Christmas? No, too expensive. Yeah, too expensive to travel. You like hearing people say Budapest? Budapest. Like some people, even Hungarians, try to get fancy with it and use this queer like Budapest. But it's definitely Budapest. The sh is the important part. It's not like Bucharest. The Budapest defense. Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing against the Budapest defense. Budapest gambit to be proper. Blue-Eyed Albino said he's sick. He's playing like he's black in a Queen's Gambit exchange variation here. There's nothing wrong with White's position, but he's basically black with an extra move. Antonia's trying to get me to feel guilty for not allowing his Budapest Gambit. Using reverse psychology. Try to encourage me to allow him to play it. So it's just a reverse Tartakover now. I guess having an extra tempo in the Tartakover doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt White. For sure. It's okay. I know you are. I'm sacred. I'm sacred. Sacred cow. Uh-oh. The phone is ringing. It's an important call from someone who's not even going to leave a message. Maybe you guys will be lucky. You'll get to hear a message. Bishop h5. 4 rings, then it answers. Hello. Very important caller, obviously. It was critical that they send a bot to try to get me to switch my energy provider or something. Oh no, now my mobile phone's ringing. I better answer that. Alright. Alright. Well, they gave me more time, it looks like. Somebody gave me more time, or he literally took all that time. Wow, he actually used like a minute. What's up? It's Amy. No, it was actually my mother's mobile phone, which almost never rings. So, periodontist. Very pushy. Knight takes e4. What is this? Some sort of line that leads to a draw? Knight takes e5. Bishop takes h5, knight d3 is probably good for me. What I don't understand is why did they call and not leave a message on the first number? Maybe it wasn't the periodontist calling on the first number, it was just a coincidence. The chances of this coincidence are so small. Bishop takes e2, queen takes e2, queen takes d4. Bishop b2, triple exclam. That's his whole idea. He's sacking pawn here like a genius. This is why he thought so long. Maybe the safest is this line. Knight takes e5, bishop takes h5, knight d3. That looks pretty good, actually. Then again, maybe he just takes back on e5 and I have to trade my stuff. And then it's like, I have to be a little bit careful here. Bishop takes e4, queen takes e2, queen takes e2, knight takes d4, queen e4 is good for white. Takes, queen takes, bishop b2 is good for white. I think. Well, that's an amazing move. Truly an amazing idea. Just calculating like one last line. That doesn't work probably. This is so unfair. Now I want to play something that he didn't expect, because I wasted all my time. Man, I can't believe this is. I can't believe this is good for white. I don't know. I mean, this is like not something most people would go for because it's pretty boring. But honestly, I mean, he might be better here because of the queenside majority. If I go into the ending, he has control of the file. Maybe I could trade queens and then play bishop g6. And then he has to play like bishop e2 back, and then I can castle queenside or something. That actually doesn't look so bad. Say take, take, bishop g6, bishop c2. Oh, he went this way. Wow. This is not a line that I really anticipated. Here's queen g4, crazy tactics with queen g4. So I have to play castles. So I play bishop f6, he has the insane queen g4 miracle. But he calculated that. Now I don't know what's going on. He said he's tired and sick. He's sick. This is what he said. He looks really sick. Like, I can't even possibly calculate the stuff he's already calculated before I start calculating. I mean, maybe I'm afraid of ghosts, but it feels like he's played this like a brilliancy. Every variation I looked at, there was something for him. No, Bob, I mean, the thing is that players have different styles, you know. I think that Blue-Eyed Albino is a player who relies 100% on like calculation. I don't, you know. I mean, I have to really make shortcuts in my thinking because I don't calculate that well compared to some other masters. I think it's like a stylistic thing. His game calculation wise is like extremely high ability. But I don't think he thinks about a lot of strategic factors. But there are variations where he can just outcalculate me. See, now I'm better. Or not. Another tactic that saves him. Just ridiculous. He's extremely fast. Patrick Wolf. Paddy. Paddy and I played blitz sometimes. Some offhand blitz games here and there. I'd rather be active here with the pawn down. Oh no. Oh no, the endgame technique kicks in. This is 5+3, so he just made it himself. Playing for a win in a drawn position. I don't feel that was a very deserved victory. I sacked a pawn. It was a more active defense. I mean, if you go back to that moment where you can be materialistic, I want to see what like Stockfish says. What should I play here? In this position, should I go king g8? Or should I play actively with my king? Notice the difference in the engine's first view is like king g8 is equal to king e6. And if you're going to play active, maybe king e6 rather than king f6 actually makes some more sense. Instead, I compromised with king f6. Everything is a draw, according to the engine. It's Tushar's other account. But as far as style goes, I mean, yeah. Tushar also was not as strong as, obviously, you know, Blue-Eyed Albino, but he was tactical-based style. But not the way I approached the game, you know. So it's hard for me. But the move he played, the most interesting move was the knight e5. You know, when I actually left to answer the phone, I came back to this move, which was a move I really, you know, didn't anticipate. But I thought forever here, and I couldn't find something good for black. Look at the engine evaluation, plus 0.7. That's a serious problem. So he had to calculate a lot. I mean, bishop takes e2, queen d4. I was seriously freaked out here by this move. It's the best move. But I let him do that. I mean, my knight e4 was too aggressive. This was the mistake that allowed this. Knight e4 is just trying for too much with the black pieces. Let me turn off the engine because I know it's going to slow down the stream. All right, thanks. Thanks, Albino. It was an interesting game. Obviously, you shouldn't lose. Dimitrulas. I'm taking Dimitrulas, even though he's not a subscriber. All right. We'll play him anyway, because I accepted the challenge. We don't have that many challenges. I'm normally taking subscribers first. So let's just say that because I forgot. So Borsuk, these guys are actually... Clash Kid and Morales are next. I'm a little bit groggy. How many random Master Strength players randomly pop up as regulars here? Well, a few. Lately, not so much. But Bob, actually, probably back in the days before you watched, I had a few more. Lately, we haven't had as many. Usually, there's like one lurking around somewhere. We'll take Clash Kids Challenge next. And I want to thank Percy Hepworth for supporting the stream with a bit donation. The first one of the week. Well, JCS, I think the average is fairly high of the viewers in my stream. The average is probably like 1,800 lichess. So, that's much higher than like the literal average of players on lichess who watch my stream. But lately I haven't had so many like master level players come on the stream. Over time we've had quite a few. I mean, some players like sort of specialize in streaming, playing other players, their own rating. But I just want to make it accessible to everybody. They're not allegations, Bob. It's just you being a troll again. There is no allegations. Okay, Maiden 1. This is Clash 7+3. No, Bob, there's nobody is allowed to play Master Strength on lichess without being a cheater. I never even made any allegations against Tushar, dude. He was reported by somebody else. Actually, I had nothing to do with the fact that Tushar was like ousted as a cheater. We didn't have allegations about him, really. Sometimes I kind of was a little suspicious of his, he's like getting better and better. His rating was like going up. He was like 1 minute he was 2,000, then he was like 2,050, he's 2,100, 2,200, 2,300. He went from like 2,000 to 2,300, pretty quickly. If you follow Tushar. Some people think that anybody who's Master Strength is automatically cheating. No, I mean, I think we have a number of players, but not so many lately who are strong. Let's play Clash Kid, one of our biggest supporters. He's a strong player. He's inconsistent, but I think that he could be a master. In a period of time, if he really worked on his game. Bishop G5, and I haven't been studying this like I should. Queen D2. So typically I play Queen B6 a lot, but I haven't played that lately. The FM guy who's top in Blitz. Wait, is that something new, Blue-Eyed Albino? I didn't see that. Well, one of the mistakes that a lot of people make is assuming that title players are honest, I definitely wouldn't trust even a grandmaster. Especially if there was like money involved. Okay, bishop b2. Did we have this before, Clash Kid? Bishop b2 is like a quiet move. I don't know how to react to this. Against bishop b2, it's like a cross between the Rouser and the what's it called, Skaveningen. Blue-eyed albino. By the way, you didn't answer this before, but do you know the player Skaveningen? Or because I was suspecting he could be you. You know, we had another Polish player. Maybe you already answered this. But please don't make accusations against people trying to stir up controversy. I don't think that Blue-eyed albino is suspicious, dude. You're just really grasping at straws. All right. I'd like to focus on the game, not on the computer. Now, a lot of people complain about this, but really, I'm like, let's just not talk about computer cheating, because it does take on a life of its own, and then the whole stream, that's all we talk about. If I was really worried about something, I would mention it. But the cheating discussion takes on a life of its own, and then that's all we talk about the whole session. What's up, past pawn 99? Well, you think albino is Tushar. I didn't understand that. I totally missed your reference. Alright, I now appreciate what you meant. Because I didn't pick that up. I didn't understand. I'm pretty dense. I think Blue-eyed albino did say he was from Poland at one point, and that's why I was thinking he might be Skaveningen, because Skaveningen was another Polish player who played on my stream quite a bit, and he sort of disappeared. I haven't seen him in a while, so I wanted to ask Blue-eyed albino if he knows anything about Skaveningen, a player of similar strength to him. Of the similar strength. Nice position. You have to talk to Juicebox Wizard, Bob. You want to get to the bottom of this. G5 can be played in some positions, not this one, I think. No, I like the way the Wei played this. I don't really know what I'm doing here. As I mentioned earlier, I don't have any theoretical knowledge of A6 really. I've only been playing this experimentally in a few games. So when he plays this move, bishop e2, Christmas time made me think of Serbian Santa Claus. Right. He was around last year. Then his account got banned. But I think that Serbian Santa Claus was like several different accounts probably over the years since I've been streaming. I think the guy had several accounts. It's unclear though, like he wasn't 100% cheating. I mean, I didn't even think he was cheating for sure at all. Then his account was just erased. Okay, you thought Blue-eyed albino was from Germany. I don't know. We can't be sure where anybody's from. There was one comment he made. Clash Kid. is putting pressure on me here. I'm not satisfied with my position. Mr. Coffee's in the house. Mr. Coffee, you should be at work. Mr. Coffee is at work. So I'm going to get blasted if I play castles. But I'm using all my time here because I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't do that. I don't like the look of this. God, I mean, I don't know what to play here. This looks horrible. Queen c7. This doesn't look right. This looks just passive and bad for black. Fat and mad. Passive and bad. How about that? So this quiet move bishop e2, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do. I literally have no clue. Probably what I should do is like play bishop e7 and just castle, and just make up my mind that I'm going to castle kingside. E5. Try to play with my king on e7. Pawn takes pawn, rook d8, pawn takes knight. No. I can play rook to d8, but then he has queen f4, g5, rook to d8, queen c4. Bishop takes c6. I don't think this is like white's best move. It's check. I was like, okay, I'll take the bishop with the queen. No, I'll take it with the pawn. No, wait, I'll think about pawn takes queen instead. Okay, right. Queen takes, pawn takes e5, knight d7. No, I can't leave my king trapped in the center here. Bob, you do know that Tushar is really John Bartholomew, right? It was all just a joke. How would you feel? John Bartholomew's not a real person. He was just a meme created by Tushar. So white's slightly better in the endgame. This is pretty nasty and I'm running out of time. I don't like to be rushed. I don't like to be rushed, ever. I don't like to be rushed when I'm eating. I don't like to be rushed in this position. Honestly, this looks really bad for me. That'd be the ultimate conspiracy theory, Bob. I hate when people rush me when I'm eating. When I went to Australia to play in a tournament, there was this family I stayed with. They put me up. But I was so uncomfortable. I mean, I don't eat like a sloth, but I like to enjoy my food. And they were like wolves. Like, it was so awkward. Every time like there was like a meal that I had to share with them, it was just like, it felt very strange. Puzzle Rush. See, I wouldn't even be interested just because of the name of it. Knight c4 here. Okay, knight e3. Hitting his rook. Down to 22 seconds. Time is like an asset. We have to use it to our advantage. There's no sense in rushing. What's going on here? Clash Kid has the spare 2 minutes. Oh my god. I just totally unnecessarily did this. I unnecessarily lost the pawn when I could have just used the other rook, and I even thought about it for a long time. Gotta be kidding me. He takes, leaving the discovery there. I'm only down a pawn. I feel like I'm down 2. Yeah, Totandrash. Stukandrash I never heard of. Yeah, we played years ago. I wasn't even aware that he moved to Australia at first. I'm just lost here. I'm not going to give up without a fight. Spectacular Camel in first place. Whoa. Unexpected turn of events. Thank you for the bit donation, Spectacular. Oh my god. What am I doing? So maybe black is doing alright. What? Wow, this is a brilliancy. C4 was ingenious. It shouldn't... What? I guess he's getting mated. It's a lot like Albino's loss. Yeah, he's getting mated now. Another player who wants to he insists on losing in like a drawn position. That seems to be the motif of the day. It is going to be mate. No reason to lose there, though. You just have to cut your losses and make it draw. Man, that was a good game by white, though. And now Morales is up next. Guys, what time is it? Alright, I'm going to be streaming till 2:15 today. I'm going to have to cut out about 15 minutes early. But Morales is a subscriber. I want to thank Percy Hepworth Spectacular Camel for your donations, guys. Clash Kid played really well. But obviously, you know, he played it badly enough to go from winning to draw. Probably winning, you know, with very good technique. Not easy winning, but probably winning. So, yeah, I mean, like another player who, like, you know, doesn't want to admit that it's a draw and then loses. Like the same as Blue-Eyed Albino. Alright. Man, yeah, my defensive skills are being tested today. Even the first game where I was losing to the random 1500 guy who I challenged to 5+1, I was just lost against him. And I managed to win. Lalo says, is there going to be a Euro-friendly simul this week also? I think we could do a simul again. I don't see a reason why not. If it was popular, we can do what we want. The following week, definitely not. Because I got to take my mom to the doctor on Wednesday. That stream time, or at least like the stream won't be able to be long enough to do a simul. But this week, yeah, I think we could do a simul on Wednesday the 12th of December. If you guys want to do that, another Euro friendly. I won't be able to do it every week, but sometimes, you know, next week or rather this week, this Wednesday is okay. So, all right, Morales. Trying to trick me. Wait, hold on. Can I do a take back? Oh, he doesn't allow take backs. Dim donated 150 bits to be the leader for the week. Dim isn't going to be here. Oh, no, Antonio can't make it on Wednesday. All right. I was going to offer a take back. I'll take back my first move if you want. Because he's been trolling me about not allowing the Budapest Gambit. If you want to, I'll take back my first move and play d4, Morales. The simul has to be, but I can't take, this is sick, so I can't take back my first move. Oh my god. That is dumb. Feature request. I'm not allowed to take back my first move? What? Alright. Your turn, Morales. I guess we'll just have to play. We can abort the game and you can re-challenge me. I'm going to abort the game and let Morales re-challenge me. And then it'll make me black, right? Alright. I'm going to abort this game too. He wants to play so that he's playing the Budapest Gambit, you know, and I didn't give him a chance for a long time, so I think that we'll start like the last time I did a simul a little bit early. Like 11:45? Is that what I did? You have a podiatrist appointment? 9 a.m. Wednesday, Asterbate? Psychiatrist. Night. What are we saying here? Wednesday, starting my stream early. Is it even necessary? I have a lesson at 3. so it shouldn't be a problem. We can do the normal time. Yeah, it's cool. We'll do the normal time, 12 noon. Okay, guys? We'll start announcing it now. Wednesday. Simul. The short bus. No need to give me any time. I'm alright now. We realize where we're at now. #12 news. We're gonna do the simul again. The Euro facing simul. You guys are welcome for the stream. Alright, normally I play bishop f4, but I'm giving Renalis another variation. I think we probably played before, but hopefully he doesn't remember anything or know anything. This was written about in a very rare book called Secrets from Russia. You know what? Maybe I'm lying to you. I don't know if this was in Secrets from Russia or the Soviet Chess Conveyor. Now I'm not sure. There were two books that I got around the same time, basically both a long time ago, that had a lot of interesting opening ideas. But I don't remember where I found this one, Bishop d2. Just, I feel it's like a weird kind of almost Rubinstein French. Mr. Coffee. Any other fans of the Rubinstein French out there? I remember once I played in North Bay in Ontario, and the only game I ever had, I think, was this. Only game where I ever had this line was this. There was a very funny incident in that tournament weird incident, where the power went out in the evening round, in the middle of the game, in the middle of the games. And it was really, really bizarre. Like, they really lost power in the whole building. It's like summertime in Canada. I don't know if that's something that happens very often, but it happens. So a moose ran into a pole, the power went out, and all the games had to be adjourned. This was like, Hikaru was playing. I played Hikaru in that tournament. So it wasn't that long ago. It was like 1999. Not that long ago. It was only 18 years ago. It wasn't like ancient history, though. Hikaru was like alive, and that was the first time I played him. He was like 2100. But it was just weird to have the game. Your biggest advantage was +1. Okay. Queen d5. Power goes out and you have to adjourn the games. Strange thing. I'm just thinking, should I play queen to d5, or is that just asking for trouble? Trouble for the asking. Materialistic approach to chess. Alright, let's try it. It's fun. Okay, so Percy Hepworth, I'm using the Langrock book and the games of George Meyer. Yeah, George Meyer is good. I don't know about Langrock. Queen e7. Kind of a logical move, isn't it? I guess I need to develop my pieces. Having put my queen on d5 makes me feel nervous and stupid. I seem to remember like 10 to 15 years ago. What's that? Curry. Bob's still trolling. What is it you remember from 15 years ago, Bob? Mr. Coffee? Clash Kid, spectacular donation of 750 games. 750 games. 750 games. 750 bits. He said our game was +1 at most for him, all the way. Well, I dropped a pawn with, after thinking about rook on a to c8 for like 45 seconds. It hadn't occurred to me that you could just, allow this sort of discovery until it was too late. I realized 5 seconds after I made the move that it wasn't good. I should have been okay if I hadn't allowed that. Queen d5 dubious. Or not? What do you guys think? Was Queen d5 dubious or just an inventive move? Try to play creatively. Rice Krispie Treats cereal? That's something that I missed. One of the most important developments of the post-2000 era. It was post-2000. This was okay. It sounds familiar, but I haven't been here in the United States very much during the last 15 years. Just usually in the summertime, so I didn't catch too many commercials. Queen d5 is dubious. Never ever get out of the boat. I got out of the boat and I put my queen on d5. An utter waste of time. Putting my queen in an exposed position for no apparent reason other than to help my opponent. Right. Man, there's some weird stuff going on around here. Further provocation. I dare you to play f5. It could have even been longer ago, yeah. I wouldn't have noticed. Even now, I never turn on the TV, maybe half an hour a day. TV dinner. But I did notice that Stouffer's French bread pizzas are smaller than they used to be. I don't know if that's my imagination or if it's fact. I know that all products are generally getting smaller. It was an interesting try from Morales to play knight g4. I thought about this. I was concerned about this. But I'm luring him into my cheese bra. The cheese bra. You wonder if Cheese Bra has published a book. Probably not. Doesn't he say that he has like attention deficit disorder or something? I can't even publish a book. I wanted to publish a book, and I don't even have anything wrong with my attention. Alright, Queen g3. Alcohol-infused chess for the modern player. That's what happens to all the good chess players. They start playing with alcohol. There goes their career. Happened to me. Happened to Cheese Bra. No, but Yasser's serious and he's classy, you know? Who doesn't like Yasser? How could you not like Yasser? He's like a great player. He's serious, he's classy. He a little bit has like Susan Polgar, Jennifer Shahadi disease, where they quit playing like 30 years before their career's over. Um, I mean, I only just don't play because of perpetual brokenness. I would play if I could. Yasser, has no money problems, I would imagine. It always seems like he's rich or something. He just doesn't want to put his rating on the line. But he's been like that forever. He was like that even way before he was old. He would not play in any tournaments. He would play in one tournament a year when he was like in the prime of his career. Let's say he was like 40 or even like late 30s. I mean, compared to a chess player, Yasser was always connected to most chess players. He's always been more connected. He had his own company, dude. He owned like Inside Chess Enterprises. I mean, most chess players don't have their own company and magazine and stuff. I mean, you got to have some capital to do that. I mean, he's not rich by like... I'm sure that he's not rich by general standards, but for a chess player, I think he's probably doing all right. For a chess grandmaster. Oh no, tactics. Bishop takes e5. What is going on here? Of course. Like having weird hallucinations. Okay. Weird hallucinations. Well, at least he was able to do it, Bob. Maybe he's broke now. But... it doesn't matter if your wife is rich. That's like the most important thing for a chess player, for a male chess player. Have like a witch wife. A couple of American grandmasters. At least make sure your wife has a good job. It's really the most important thing about becoming a grandmaster. From the Western perspective. Preferably have a rich wife and a rich mistress, and that like puts you in the optimal situation. Morales is like getting tricky with it here. There's still tactics yet. Queen e2. Wait. That doesn't work. No, I was looking at queen a2, trying to take my h1 rook. Alright, so we did it. It was a success. We actually... I mean, the secret to any great chess player, or poker players for that matter too, probably having a wealthy spouse or lover. But yeah, we did it. We were successful. It was Morales. We made him play an opposite side castling kind of sharp position, made it work out. But I think that he had a great game. He got suckered into knight to g4. All right, guys, we've got 25 minutes left. That's time for at least 2 games. Every time I see chess now, I think of cheese. I'm sorry, chess bra, for calling you cheese bra. But it's lunchtime and I'm getting hungry. Speaking of chess and alcohol, one other chess streamer did an alcohol stream. Sounds like, a good idea. I like it. I like it, man. I'm too self-conscious to do it, probably. But you just do what my fraternity brother, the biggest genius of all my friends when I was in college, he actually turned out to be the richest of all of us. But what you do is you just start throwing them over your shoulder. You know, when you get to the point where you really, it's the art of like faking the shots so that, you know, your friends think that you're drinking them, but you're just throwing them over the shoulder. That's the secret that allows great drinkers to be real champions. Okay, e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4. Another Sicilian against Borsuk, who I've never played before. I hope this isn't rated, because I'm not accepting rated challenges. Chess Drake. You missed a lot of my games. I'm a genius defender. Not very inspiring on the attack today. But I'm really hard to kill from lost positions. You like eating partially melted chocolate over the board and mumbling, I adjust. It sounds kind of gross. Partially digested. Undead Sladgie. Why did you say that? The Caraclige variation. I live in Zombieland. Is that why I'm undead? Hard to kill. That's my greatest strength. Some people attribute me to a hippo-like playing style. Undead is a new one. Hippos are basically like, you know, not aggressive if they're not messed with, and if you attack them, then they're extremely dangerous. That's how I would compare myself. Bishop c1 is a rarely seen, speaking of animals, a rarely seen animal. The Caraclige is bishop b5, and there's also bishop g5. Bishop c1 I think is a mistake, although I've had some blitz games where I messed this up. Hippos are the most deadly animal on the planet. I think they're responsible for more human deaths than any other animal in Africa. I heard that somewhere. Probably it's just made up. I'm telling untruths and fake news. But I like when you go to the zoo and they're like feeding the hippo. Just like pouring like buckets of food into his mouth. Very adorable. Pandas, of course, are getting jealous now. All this hippo worship. Hello. Our original panda is in Budapest, but pandas are hurt by my hippo referencing. Panda is the official mascot of the stream. Hippo death rates. Right, so I had a blitz game in this position at least. I've never obviously likely had this exact position in a tournament game, but was it here I played knight takes f2? That doesn't work. So I have to play bishop d7. With the bishop on g5, this is a theoretical position. Knight takes f2 and e5. But the problem is it doesn't work. If I play knight takes f2, king f2, e5, he plays knight to d5 and laughs at me. So I have to play bishop to d7. It just doesn't seem like there's another move. So he's not buying this, basically. Now knight takes f2. It's too late for that, so I can't do any better than what I did. I guess. White must have made some really crazy move in that game that I'm trying to remember, where I took on f2 and I played e5. White must have played something absurd. I think like basically we're talking about like h3 in this position or something. So g6 or e6 or e5, how do we handle this? E6 is like when I dropped a piece 25 years ago. I'm literally having the same debate that I lost a piece with 25 years ago in a tournament game with white trying to decide between e3 and g3, dropping a knight on g4. Happened to me. No, here it doesn't drop because it's the queen takes d4, but I could play e6, knight a4. No, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm just going to play g6. What do you think of the Roy Lopez? I don't think I ever see you play it. Fisher played it a lot. Well, I do play e4, Alex, if you're talking to me. And Jacob's here. Chi, what's up? In the American parks featuring bison. Bison. Most people don't realize bison are really wild. I imagine so, man. I mean, most American people are pretty dumb. Oh, look at that nice... Look at that nice bison over there. They're taking, like, bison selfies. I never, like, cracked up on the stream before, but... Alright. I'm gonna try to pull it together. I'm starting to cry. It's not even funny. That's the worst part. Like, I'm cracking up and crying over something that's... It's not even funny. But it was just laughing at the whole concept. I'm broke, man. I can't even concentrate anymore. Alright, I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing wrong with a little laughing, but that was... that was really out of control. I apologize for losing my self-control. Once you start, you can't stop, you know? The concept of bison... I better not start again. Bison selfies. It just... I don't know. I don't know what got into me. That was fun, though. It was very therapeutic to laugh a lot. I hope nobody like clipped that part of the stream, though. 'Cause I never lost my self-control on stream before. This first time, and the first time the last time you're gonna see that for a while. Selfies is a big concept. I know, man. Like shark selfies. Seriously. But bison selfies. He's losing a piece now. Poor guy. Like, I crack up during my game with him. American tourists. Oh, let's take a picture with the nice bisons. All right. So, what are you saying here? Basically, I'm up a piece, and I distracted you with hysterical laughter. You want your money back. I mean, it's just another another pawn. Queen takes b2, rook b1, queen a3, knight d5. My queen could get trapped in some lines. So let's just defend this pawn. Defendo. Oh, he couldn't take any faster than that, man. I'm not defending the pawn. It was a lie. I lied. I know. It was just a lie. I wanted to take on b2. Why don't I just drop a knight? Let's not. Man, he's just collecting stuff now. But eventually I'm going to take that guy on b2. But I won't take it if it's protected, will I? So Borsuk tricky now. Eventually collapsed. I'm sorry, guys. I just lost it. I was broke. I'm still broke. I'm crying. Crying from laughter. I don't know what got into me. It wasn't even that funny. It was just about the bisons and just saying bison. Like, even though I know that's not how you say it. The bison selfies, shark selfies, very dangerous. Recently a guy died not that far from where I live here in Massachusetts from a shark attack back in September. Shark selfies definitely not a good idea. D6. Hippo selfies, could also be dangerous. This might be our last game if this is a long one, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover from that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover from this laughter. I just want to say again that besides being thankful for Clash Kid Dim, Spectacular Camel's donations, never faced this before. It's kind of standard looking pawn sacrifice. But not in this exact position. I never run into this. It's a very rare variation. Most people don't play bishop b5 and take on c6 like this. I'm in southeast Massachusetts. Literally no one gets why I was laughing there. What clothes are you wearing? I'm just wearing a scarf. This is like just a scarf because I'm cold. Turn the heat down, to save money. So, d4. I'm trying to be more European, Everybody's like, oh, you live in Hungary. So they expect me to be this, like, real European style guy. Got to wear, like, a scarf and talk like Count Dracula. The bison selfies. Might not be a good idea. Thanks, Dim. Are all Hungarians geniuses? Partial to Transylvania myself. But now we need to get our stuff developed. He's threatening bishop g5. This is actually very similar to another gambit I know in the regular main lines of the Rossalimo. So, I mean, I think that it's fair to say that White has compensation for the sacrificed pawn here. It's fair to say I'm scared. I can play sorry, f6. I can play e6 too. Maybe I should actually, realistically here. Probably the correct pronunciation is e5. But actually you can sack a piece straight up there with knight takes e5. And then I'm crying, not laughing. So we best play e6. Kiki. I think there was a 2100 when I was a kid named Kiki. It's like Finnish. There are some grammatical connections between Hungarian, aka Magyar, and Finnish. They claim that some tribe of Neolithic people, like, I don't know what they're called, it's a tribe of roving migrants went to Finland instead of Hungary. I don't know. Bishop takes. It took me a while to remember what I was trying to remember. This Kiki guy is scary. He's trying to hurt me. Please don't hurt me. He captured there very quickly, like this is all book or something. This is like theory, dude. For real? I have seen something like this. But my plan is to bail out on castle queenside. Want to hear a short trick? That's a joke. See, that's what I need now after like hysterically losing my control of bodily function here. People like criticize me for not laughing enough on the stream. I'm probably too serious, but I don't laugh enough. I believe that. I really don't. Now the moment of truth. Do you really want a castle queenside? Dim donated 300. My dad discouraged laughter? No. No, dude, not with those jokes. I told you the joke. Did you take... Oh, I didn't tell you the other joke, Bob. He used to ask people, especially women, that he was trying to flirt with. These are stories told to me, but not like I witnessed him do it. Although he made it for a joke sometimes. My dad used to ask people, how much should they charge to haunt a house? That was one of them. And the other one was, did you take your ugly pills today? And I don't really understand this. Has anybody ever heard this joke? This, like, 50s dad joke? Did you take your ugly pills today, Bob? I don't know. It's hard to really interpret, like, whether you're supposed to take ugly pills because you're ugly. Like, you need them to look not ugly, or are you supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Or they're supposed to make you ugly. You know what I mean? So it can work in both directions. So the whole joke about the ugly pills that my dad used to tell, I never fully really appreciated it. Archie Bunker, yeah. That was like one of my dad's favorite shows. He loved grumpy old men in sitcoms. Sanford and Son, Archie Bunker, All in the Family. That was like his... Exactly, man. So you go to like a party and meet some girl and ask her, did she take her ugly pills today? Is this supposed to work? So you basically get their attention with this like really rude, weird comment. I guess it's not unheard of. It's just like, it seems kind of strange to me. All right, f4. Kiki is a very direct player, and I think he's played this. You get the feeling like he's done this routine before. Um, I could play e4 and give up the two rooks for the queen, but that would be really messy. I don't know. That's the hardest. I think the hardest material imbalance to really appreciate in chess is queen versus two rooks, like when it's good and when it's not good. I'd really almost just like to give him the pawn back. Like, hey, dude, have your pawn back because I'm tired of defending. I think that's what we're going to do here. Try to find a way to give him the pawn back. Maybe I don't even have to give him a pawn back, but I'm not playing e4. Another short joke. Please do not ban me. Uh-oh. That's someone else asked me that. Like, last week I had to ban them. Was that Bob? Who was that? Somebody I had to ban temporarily, like time out. Not ban, but I would time you out, you know. That's not bad. It was Nils, and Nils was drunk. Okay. Alright, thanks, Bob. I'm glad you remembered that. I'm not surprised. Yeah. So I just timed him out. He was like, please don't ban me. So I did immediately. Had to. Alright, at least we're having fun today. He's all over my pawns. He's Dutch, so probably drunk. You could say that about a lot of countries. Look at this move, you troublemaker. Rook f1. Oh, now I'm scared. See, I was afraid of this. I was like, no, he won't do that. He won't do that. Very strong move. Now I have to keep e5 protected. I'm going to lose on time. This is the last game for today, guys. I got to go. It was fun. It was fun laughing hysterically. What am I going to do here? We're in serious danger now. Danger, Will Robinson. I have to go back. That's not a good sign. They just stole this pawn. Theft. Pawn theft. I don't like Kiki. He's too fast and too strong for 1700. He's only got 40 games. I wasn't supposed to play you. I ask everybody to have like 100 games. There's no females in chess. We discourage it as much as possible because we like going to conferences where there's only men, and it feels like a sausage fest. I'm just kidding. I don't like, we were talking about this the other day, it's very strange that, you go to tournaments or whatever and there's only men. It's unnatural and weird. No yin and yang, Okay, guys, I'm getting scared about this endgame. It's going to be very, very dangerous and sharp. How fast do the pawns move? I need to try to stop his pawns. Her pawns, whatever. Whoever. We could be losing here. You didn't offend anybody. Bob getting catfished? He's probably not the only one. I'm scared of this player. One. Alright, we better just start counting. I'm terrified I'm going to lose this. Judith Polgar is from Hungary. Yes, I mean, Polgar is a very common Hungarian name. Anna Rudolph is also Hungarian. You can't, really know what Hungarians look like. I mean, everyone looks, there's not like a look to, people are dark and white and all different. You can't identify Hungarian people based on what they look like. Yeah, Judith is the only player. We talked about this a while back. Look at this move. Craziness. She's the only player to be in the top 10. The only player to be in the top 10 overall. She was like number 9. Horvat is common. Horvat means Croatian in Hungarian. Oh, you want to be that way about it. Oh, this is a win for white. It's just like how I lost against, what was his name? Someone on sound. I'm a tempo down. Was there some kind of miraculous move here? So we lost to Kiki. Or maybe not. Well, Kiki was totally winning. And now they might even be lost. That's sick. This is an absolutely perverse robbery of justice. Perversion of justice. Kiki is blundering and losing a winning king and pawn endgame. Oh my god, I could blunder again. The classic. Are you blundering because you love me? White was winning, of course, before. Guys, I gotta go, so thanks for the entertaining stream today. And, yeah, now there's mate coming. Alright, that was not a great endgame by me before. There's someone on sound. History repeats itself. Man, same ending, basically. It's very funny. So, I will see you guys Tuesday. It'll be Rapid Tournament tomorrow night, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have an arena Rapid we host. 7 plus... Well, we'll try to do 7 plus 3, because now that's allowed. Yeah. Try to do 7 plus 3, because they allowed time controls to be modified. So, tomorrow night, Rapid Arena Crush... Arena. Now we're talking about women in chess. Thanks for the scarf comment. And then Wednesday we're going to do another simul, another Euro-facing simul. So European face-off. I will see you guys for Tuesday. Arena, Crush. No, Arena simul. Sorry, Arena tournament. Wednesday I'm getting confused. Wednesday we're going to do a simul. It's all too much for me. Thanks for the humor today. I'll see you then tomorrow night, 4:30 Eastern Time. Thanks, GCS, for moderating, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody, for the support. And check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. All right, guys, please follow and like over there. Take it easy. Bye.